Is this Jeep any good? Let's find out, shall we? Well, hello and welcome, my dear scale modelers, to my small hobby YouTube channel. My name is Tomo, and today we're going to be taking a look at a 1/35th scale model from MENG, the Willys Jeep. I've been meaning to show you this model for quite some time, but unfortunately we didn't have it on stock, so I had to wait. Now that I do, I have another problem. The other model that I wanted to compare it with is also out of stock, so but no problem, I'll just improvise. So what is the second model that I'm referring to? It's this, the Tamiya MB 1/4 truck Jeep Willys. These two models, although 23 years apart, are really very similar. I've built this one in the past, but it lacks just a little bit of detail than this one provides in full. The MENG's model is a 2020 release. It costs around 20 to 28 euros depending on where you live, and it has around 100 parts. In my opinion, it is suitable for a beginner and onwards. So what does this model offer us? Well, it comes in one paint scheme, and that is olive drab. But it has 3 distinct markings and 3 different setup types for the vehicle. 2 machine guns and 1 without. Well, it has a detailed buildable engine. That means that the bonnet or the hood can just be placed on top of the chassis, so you can remove it and reveal the engine. Also, you have a movable windscreen, so you can display it in the up or down position. The car also includes satchels, tools, and guns. Okay, so I guess you just want to see the model then. Well, let's take a look, shall we? Gentlemen, let's start with the box like usual. This is the military vehicle Jeep Willys MENG number DS-011. Price point around 28 euros, give or take. It is a 1/35th scale model from the Velociraptor series.
Velociraptor, you say?
I guess that MENG is trying to tell us that this is a quick build kit. But anyway, what does this model offer us? Well, on the box it says each front wheel is separately steerable. That is kind of a funny statement because it's not true. I mean, the wheels don't even turn. The kit includes 2 machine guns, M2 and M1919A4 with mounts. That is true. You also get some tools and satchels, and the engine is fully detailed. And once fully constructed and painted, you can choose from 3 versions and 3 types of markings. This is the model that came out in 2020, and it's extremely well made and designed. And it really reminds me of this thing, the Jeep Willys MB 1/4 ton truck 4x4 from Tamiya, which I've built off camera a couple of months ago. The way this model is designed and presented in its box, in its sprue form, I would be hard pressed to think that this might actually be Tamiya's. But no, it's MENG, and it's absolutely fantastic. The models themselves share many similarities. They both have buildable engines, they both have engine covers that can be removed, they both have movable windshields, they both have, well, basically the same setup for the Jeep, and well, they're both 1/35th scale. But of course, there is a 23-year difference between these two models, and it shows very drastically, especially on the details. Whilst the model from Tamiya is very well made, designed, and presented, it lacks certain detail that this one actually has. And it all starts in the tub, where you can see the pedals and certain details that you don't see on a Tamiya kit. You also have some more defined detail on the dashboard, more detail on the guns, more detail on the wheels and tires. Whilst they both have engines, this one is far more detailed. It also shows in its price. Whilst the Tamiya kit is around 15 euros, 12 to 15 euros, this one goes anywhere from 20 to 28 euros, depending on where you live. Like we've seen in the beginning, we have 4 sprues, a gun, and a body. Like you would expect from a modern model kit, this one is very well designed and packed full of detail. The only downside I see in the model itself is the attachment points where the parts meet the sprue tree. Now these are very short in some cases and will require a very gentle touch, but overall this looks to be a very enjoyable model kit to build, even for a beginner. Now the simple and reliable structure of the Jeep Willys could meet the various needs of the military, from reconnaissance, communication, rescue to airborne operations. From the start of the project in the 1940s to the end of production in 1945, a total of more than 640,000 vehicles were produced. The classic shape of 2 round lights and the vertical grille made this vehicle very popular, especially with the victory of the Allied forces. This directly created the most famous civilian off-road vehicle brand. the Jeep. Like I mentioned, this model has 3 different setups that you can go for, and one of which is the machine gun in the middle with its bullets. And just look at the insane detail on the bullets made from plastic. No photo edge, absolutely fantastic. There's hardly even any flash, and if it pops up here and there, it's not a big deal to take care of. The print on the decal sheet of paper is also very admirable. For the most part, the decals are nice and large and very well printed, sharp and clear. There is no offset, and if it is, it's only really on the smaller parts, which in my opinion, it's not that problematic. Whilst from memory, the Tamiya's decal sheet of paper is probably a little bit better printed, I don't think that anybody's gonna lose any sleep over this or the other. The last thing, of course, is the clear part sprue, which only contains the lights and the windscreen. And just like you would expect from a modern clear part sprue, it is absolutely clear and spotless. The far biggest difference between Tamiya's version of the Willys Jeep and MENG's version of Tamiya's Jeep, it's in its manual. While Tamiya has its own black and white fold-out piece of paper, this one has colorful graphics leading you through the build process, which in my opinion is far more enjoyable to look at and build consequently. The manual is printed on a glossy paper with 8 pages and leads you through the build process with ease and comfort. There is no rush and everything is nicely laid out for you to see. The last few pages of the manual are of course dedicated to the paint scheme and markings. In my opinion, this would be a very enjoyable model to build, and I would recommend it to a beginner because of the low part count and lack of photo etch parts. And if you, the viewer, have built this model yourself, please do let me know down in the comments below how well this model goes together and if you had any problems. But for now, thank you so very much for watching. If you have been, please leave a like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye bye. I've been recording without the sound. Oh my god, I'm so pale. I'm white as yogurt. Oh god, I'm blind.